Hello and welcome to the NuWave studio. Chef Bobby here. And today we're going to cook brunch, breakfast, or what I would call it, brunch-tastic. Let's get started. I'm going to tell you what we're cooking today. In here we're going to cook cherry tomato vinaigrette, a little different from your traditional vinaigrette. Over here we're going to do a ricotta omelet. Sounds kind of different, but you know what? We're going to put a NuWave twist on it and it's going to be really good. So let's get started on the cherry tomato vinaigrette. I'm going to hit medium, hit start. Got about a tablespoon of olive oil. Let that heat up for a second. Okay. I got one whole shallot that I minced up. We'll get that in there. Now we're going to sweat these shallots for about 4 minutes. Okay, we'll give that a stir, let it cook a little bit. All right, let's get our egg started, or get our butter melted. So, tablespoon of butter, I'm going to turn this on. Medium, I'm going to turn it down to about 240. Okay, let's get that in there. We're going to let that melt. Let's get back to our vinaigrette. So after 4 minutes, you want to add your tomatoes. Now, as you can see, I have half tomatoes, and I also have whole tomatoes. And I'll explain why. So when you have a half tomato, when you cook it, it's going to release the juices. Whole tomatoes give you some texture. Let me show you how to cut the tomato. Get a sharp knife, hold it between your fingers, and there you go. That's simple. Okay, now don't forget salt and pepper. Most people do that. You got to salt and pepper your food. A little bit of kosher salt, a little bit of pepper. We'll give that a stir. We'll let that cook. All right. All right, so this is starting to melt. Let's get our eggs. So this recipe calls for 4 eggs. I have 2. We're going to whisk them up. Make sure to incorporate the eggs really well. Check our temperature. Okay. All right. Let's put this over here. Okay, our butter's still melting. Let's give this a stir. Okay, after 4 minutes, you want to put your vinegar in. That's red wine vinegar, okay? And that's just going to add some flavor to it. All right, so we're going to let that cook for a second. I'm going to turn it down to low while we cook our egg. We'll hold that at 100 degrees. It'll be ready to go when we need it. Let's get back to our egg. Okay, butter's just about melted here. Let's pour in our egg. Okay, like I said, that's 2 eggs. So on your egg, all you want to do is pull it back. So what I mean is you grab the egg, pull it back, and you can do this all around the egg. So I'm going to turn this up just a bit. Get it cooking here. Okay, I got about 260. And I'll turn it back down once it gets going. Let's let that sit for a second. Okay, so let me explain what we have in our egg. While this is getting cooking, it's going to sit. So we have fresh chives. We have some basil. Little Parmesan cheese, you can't go wrong there, right? And some ricotta. That's what makes this omelet unique. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to pull the sides in. Okay, it's starting to set now. It'll be in a matter of no time. We'll have an omelet here. Okay. Now with your cherry tomato vinaigrette, we actually put some chives in there. I like it, gives it a little flavor. Now here's a trick and a tip. So I'm going to put my chives in now, but if you make this 2 days ahead, Leave the chives out. They won't oxidize, they won't turn black. Just warm your tomato vinaigrette up, put your chives in, it'll be beautiful. Okay. Egg is starting to set. Let's get our ingredients in. Let's turn it down first. Let's go back. 240, there we go. All right, doesn't matter the order you put it in. I'm gonna start with Parmesan. Little chives. And it depends on how much you like. Little basil. Okay, looking good, looking good. All right, let's put our ricotta in. And then we'll flip the egg. So I'm gonna put this on 1/2 of it, and we're gonna fold it in 3. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Okay, so let's fold it. There's one. Okay, so I flipped it. Now I'm gonna grab the other side. Flip that again. Okay, there we go. Let's shut that off and plate it up. Get a plate. All right, so with our non-stick pans, like I said, you can just slide it right on there. That's how easy it is. Let's get some of our vinaigrette. Get it right on top. Okay, let's turn that off. It smells good, looks good, should taste good too. All right. Okay, there we go. Let's give it a little wipe. And there you have it. Cherry tomato vinaigrette and a ricotta omelet.